Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Vanessa and I am an indie author from Toronto, Canada, and I publish under the pen name Sage. On today's video, if you are new to this channel, we have another planner video. I do quite a bit of planning style videos because I'm a huge planner, I'm a huge plotter as an author, and just as a creative, I run several creative businesses, and so I find that I really need to plan in order to make it all work. I'm also a brand new mom to a 2-month-old baby girl, so there's a lot going on and planning is essential. So if you're into planning videos, I'd love it if you stuck around, watch the video, consider subscribing and joining our community here because you will see more and more of this as time goes on. Again, we are doing a goals review. As you probably saw in the title, it's time for Q3 goals. And so I've gone ahead and I planned them out and I wanted to share them with you guys because I always do share all my goals with you guys, just for like transparency. If you're a reader, then you know what's going on with the books, or if you're an author and just wondering how it all happens behind the scenes, I find that the goals planning session that we do here on the channel is really useful for that. And so today we have the Q3 goals review. We're going to review Q2 real quick, so I can tell you what I did, what I didn't do, and then what I kind of have plans for Q3. And we can talk a little bit more about the 8th book of Shadowhurst as well, because I know some people are wondering. So as before, I am still in the same goals planner. This is the prolific planner, but this is just the goals insert. If you want to get this, I have this for free as a download, and you can get it by signing up for this YouTube newsletter. The only emails I send out are when new videos drop, which is weekly. So you won't hear really anything else unless there's something super important, super fun that I think I want to share with you guys. But for the most part, you'll just get weekly emails as videos get uploaded. And in return, you get access to a resource library that has a whole bunch of tools for authors. And one of them is this full printable, undated planner that you can use as you wish, and it has this goal section. And I love this goal section. I designed it based on what I needed, and I realized other people might need it as well. And so this is what we're in right now. So if you are new, you can kind of take a look and see what it is. So the goals, we have a title page here as always. And then we're going to the yearly. So if we look at Q2, which is this quarter that we're finishing up right now, I had enough planned, but I also had a mat leave that I was on. And I started working early on my mat leave, and I'm a little bit regretting it, but I did what I had to do to kind of keep the business going in order not to become irrelevant. As if you don't know, I am also a book cover designer, and just a graphic designer and illustrator and artist. And so that's a big bulk of my business. And in order to keep getting clients, not to disappoint the regular clients that I have who have regular releases, I did have to come back to work a bit earlier than anticipated. But such is life, so what are we going to do? But I had quite a bit planned for my yearly goals. I wanted to launch a new webinar and this is on the Conjuring Press, which is kind of the umbrella for all the businesses, but for the most part, I use it as a reference for the design business. I wanted to launch an Etsy shop, which likely should have gone to a different one of these, but this is where we had it. I needed to finish drafting Shadowhurst number 8, the new project. I needed to finish plotting it as well because I didn't finish that in Q1. And then I wanted to do some Pinterest work for the books. On the YouTube side of things, I wanted to record videos for during my mat leave, so I didn't have to worry about that. And then so you guys still had videos up here from me. I wanted to start promoting the channel on my TikTok, on my author TikTok. And then I had nothing in personal because I just wanted to adjust to a new schedule. So we'll go through one by one on what I accomplished, what I didn't. But right now, I just want to show you kind of how I set up Q3, which is coming up starting July. For for the first goal, the Cauldron Press goal, I have another course coming out. It's going to be a fantasy hair painting course. It's going to be a very detailed course, very heavy oriented, but it will be a very inexpensive course because the other course that I have is kind of an all-encompassing fantasy cover design course. And so I wanted this one to be just more accessible to people. Now I am still putting draft Shadowhurst number 8, draft 1, and the edits for that under A and Sage under goal number 2, and we'll talk about why in a second. And for YouTube, and I put /Etsy, I want to create some more resource library materials for this channel, and I want to design 2 new planners for the Etsy shop. Now for personal, I want to learn to do face illustration and portraiture because I right now work with a lot of photo composition and overpainting, and I want to learn to paint faces from scratch so that I can offer my clients unlimited licenses for their covers for free. So if you don't know, actually, if you're an author and you're getting a cover design from an artist, from a graphic designer that is using licensed stock imagery, there are licenses that are attached to that, and they allow for only a certain amount of print runs. A lot of them are 500,000 printed books that can be used with the images in the cover. Some places like Neostock only offer 250,000 print runs so you have to look at those. But anyways, I'd like to do everything myself. I already designed my own bodies and render them. So I'd like to learn how to paint faces and do more illustration. I just like to offer illustrated covers as an option for my clients. So that's a long way around of what my personal goal is. So when we move into goal number 1, in my Q3 project, I have put down fantasy hair course, which is the main project here. And then my lead tasks are to write the scripts for the course, to record the course and edit it. I need to upload that course, and then I need to promote it and run the ads. So it's a lot. But if we go back to Q2, so we can kind of see what happened and what didn't happen. So let's just go back here. This is probably an easier one to look at. So on the Q2 project, launched a business webinar and my Etsy shop launch. And I did all of those, and that's great. So I'm really happy I got all of that accomplished. That's fantastic. So I did really well on the first goal. So now for the third goal, to set it up, I kind of went through and I put down fantasy course, and the plan is to create a small course for the academy teaching fantasy hair design and illustration, and the price is going to be between $29 and $39. I'm probably leaning towards the lower end of that, so I just want it very, very accessible. And then instead of those lead tasks you just saw, I just broke it down into more detailed tasks. So we have intro scripts to write them. I need to record intro scripts. I need to edit the intro scripts. I need to record the tutorial modules. I need to edit all the lessons. I need to upload the lessons to Thinkific, create a course landing page, create a website landing page, promote the launch, and then run ads for this particular course. And then on this note section on the side here that you get in the planner, I kind of just have general academy plans. So I do want to have a September back to school sale, which is going to be the lowest price point I've ever had on this main big course that I had. It's going to be $199. I want to create a background composition course, and I want to create a typography cover course as well. So that's coming up. Now, if we go into goal number 2, which is A and Sage books, and this is kind of like where I want to talk to you about the Shadowhurst number 8 book. So as you can see, my plan was to finish plotting the book and then draft the whole book. And I was going to do that last quarter, or at least start the drafting and get most of it done. Now I've done my plotting and my character plotting. I've set up my Scrivener, and I've done my Pinterest setup for the books, but I did not do anything for the rough draft. And actually, so I did some of the rough drafts. I did write quite a few, well, not quite a few, but I wrote a lot of the first act, and I absolutely hated it. It did not work. I didn't like where it was going. If you're not familiar with Shadowhurst, it's a 7-book series so far, and there's a free prequel novella that's out as well. And this is the last book in that really long series. And so there's a lot writing on this book, and there's a lot of loose ends to tie up, and just the story has to be so much bigger. And what I was writing and what I had plotted was just not big enough. So I had to scrap it all. First of all, I already replotted it a few times before, but I did have to scrap it all. And so now I'm in this position where the book is going to take a bit longer. And I wanted to start drafting it before I had the baby, but now I have a 2-month-old on my hands. So it's taking me a lot longer. And these things will happen, right? When you work for yourself, and especially like when you're a creative person, life is like this and you just have to go with it. So I went from a period where I was releasing 1 book every month and a half. And now I am going to probably release only 1 book this year, and I'm going to start working on another book. And now I am kind of juggling a lot. But I'm also thinking that the next books I'm going to write are going to be more in the adult. They're going to be cozies. There's going to be mystery, so cozy paranormal mystery. But I am leaning towards that. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. It might change, but that's what I'm thinking right now. But as far as Shadowhurst number 8 goes, this whole lead task now has to be moved down to Q3. I've kind of adjusted a bit more to mom life and my schedule, and we have a bit more help now. And so it's going to be a bit easier. It's still tough, but I think I can handle it a bit better now. And so for Q3, my main project is just the Shadowhurst number 8 draft. I want to draft it. I want to do my first and my second edit paths, my own. And then I want to send it to my betas and my editor, and that's going to be towards the end of Q3. I don't know if I'm going to get this far because, again, the way life is, for all I know, I'm only going to draft halfway and then continue to Q4 to keep drafting it. But I just need to get moving. I know that. And so I'm just putting it out there so you can see I'm not perfect. My plans fail. Even though I plan a lot, it's okay to replan and replot and redo things because things happen. And if I kept going with the way that I was writing the book, it wasn't going to be the best book that it could be. And that is really unfair to my readers and to myself as an author. Put a lot of work into Shadowhurst. It's a lot of books, and it's a big world. And so I don't want to disappoint neither myself nor the readers and stuff. So it made sense to take a bit longer. And if you are an author and you're going through this, don't feel pressured like you have to finish. You don't. Yes, people are expecting it, but you also probably, hopefully have a newsletter that your loyal subscribers are a part of, and feel free to email them and let them know. That's what I'm doing with my subscribers. I'm just letting them know, being completely transparent and honest and saying like, hey, like this happened. And I know you're waiting for this book. It's going to take a bit longer, but I promise it's going to be worth it. So it's okay if that happens. Now, if we move into goal 3, which is the YouTube channel, but it's actually YouTube/Etsy now because I've kind of combined them together here. It just made more sense to do it on this side because it doesn't really fall under the writing business so much, and not so much under the Etsy shop, and not really under the design business, but it's kind of its own little thing, just like YouTube is. So I'm kind of keeping goal 3 as this like extras of the business. So for Q2, I did good. I did record all my videos. You guys have seen them all already. I've pre-scheduled everything. I've done everything exactly how I wanted to do it. I did promote on TikTok. I don't think I'm going to keep doing it. I just don't have time. But I did do it. So it's there. For Q3, my main projects are the resource library and 2 new planners for Etsy. And so just put here, create new resources. And release those resource videos and design planner number 1 and planner number 2. And I just realized that I forgot to tell you what the details are of goal number 2. So if we go into Q3 project, so the details for this goal are draft Shadowhurst number 8. Oh, this is Q2, sorry. So the details are Shadowhurst number 8, draft 1. And I wrote, write and edit book 8 of Shadowhurst, finish the series, create a box set of all books. Not going to happen in this quarter, I'm afraid. But that's the plan. It will happen probably for Christmas. That's the plan. And then design the cover. And under the smaller tasks, draft 1, edit 2, submit to beta, submit to editor. And I should add, while I'm here, design cover. Perfect. Okay, glad you guys are here to help me out. And then I just have some cover ideas, which my writing is messy, so hopefully you can't read it. If it ruins anything, I guess it doesn't really ruin anything, but it's going to be like Billy in front of a portal in the cemetery. Portal plays a big part in this one, with just like Winstead hair, lots of magic around, and the Book of Darkness in her hand. So that's that. And then we left off goal number 3. So before I forget to go into the details again, if you go into Q3 of goal 3, we have the resource library, which is the plan is to create more resources for this community, film videos that correspond to those resources. And I have 3 main ideas, which would be marketing plans. So you'll be getting a full marketing plan for your writing business or your creative business, a book launch checklist, and a Scrivener template. And that's going to be a fun one. Actually, if you have ideas on what kind of template you would want for Scrivener, because I was just going to create one based on like either plotting, or I was going to create one for a series Bible, which I think a series Bible might be more fun because I do want to do a series video. So that could go hand in hand. So let me know if you have a preference to either just like a plotting Scrivener template or a series Bible Scrivener template. And then for Etsy, I have the 2 new planner designs, and I divided them into Planner 1 and Planner 2. And each one has a checklist of design the planner, design the stickers, create the listing images, upload the listing, and promote the listing. So if you're into digital planning, I do have like really detailed, fully hyperlinked digital planners available. There's 3 different designs on there right now. I just launched one that I'll pop up here somewhere, and I'll put a link for it below too. But I just launched a new one just this week. And it's like a fun, like a jungly, tigery kind of theme. But you get like 150 themed stickers with every planner as well to use, like digital stickers. So it's like a really good deal. So if you want to check that out, if you're into digital planning, I'll keep it linked below. But that's the plan for Etsy, is 2 new planners in this next quarter. And then my personal life goal, as you can see in Q2, I had nothing. I was on mat leave, so I didn't do anything, which was nice. Well, I did a lot, but it's not work related or personal related. Everything was about the baby. And then for this quarter, I have face illustration as my kind of main project. And then the lead tasks for that are to watch courses online and then to create 3 new portraits. So I'm thinking that I could do 3. Let's see how I do. Let's hope I can do at least 1. So when we go into the details here, we have learn face illustration and then just take online courses and watch videos to learn face illustration with like my start and end dates. And then my plan is to watch Skillshare courses because I have signed up for Skillshare. Watch some YouTube tutorials, which I've already been doing. Set up Clip Studio, which I'm glad to say I did yesterday. So that's done. Then I need to learn base illustration, and then I need to create full color portraits, 3 of them. So that's the goal here. So that all in all is kind of what Q3 is looking like for me. And as always, I did do my little cards for, and this is actually 3. I'm really changing a lot of things here as we go. There's 3 portraits I want to do. But this is basically one a month is the goal. But I have all my cards here. And again, a picture will pop up on this screen right here of what it looks like on my wall, this little setup that I have for my goals. But that's what my coming up quarter looks like. And let me know what your quarter is going to look like. If you have any tips on how to goal plan, or if you goal plan in a different way, if you're a planner, do let me know in the comments. And if you are a planner of any sort, please let me know what planner videos you'd like to see next, because I want to share videos that you are interested in. I do have an Erin Condren planner that I'm picking out for next month. So we are going to have a different planner setup video. I'm excited for that because, you know, I switch up my planners twice a year. So we can have another one of those. But other than that, that's what I have for you today. This is the goals planning section of this channel. make sure you grab one of these planners if you haven't already, if you want to do this yourself. And I hope you found this useful. And as always, hope you stay magical. And I will see you next week for another video. Bye.